Good day, this is Drew, and today's question is, what was the cause of the price increases in the gasoline that we saw just a short while ago? And this is a local station near my apartment, but it's typical of the country, massive increases. Now, I was told on the news, the commentators, that it's a supply and demand issue. Or I was told it was the Chinese. Now, to me, that's kind of racist, because that's saying this is how the Chinese should be getting around. So, let's ask, okay, is it a supply issue? So I looked at it. This is what supply means. Producing oil by pumping it and drilling it. Nothing more. Now, since 1968, global oil production has gone at this slight collapse in the 80s, but then steady rising since. Okay? Is it demand? Now, that means you turn the oil into something like this. Petroleum products. All the kinds of different plastics that we use. Perfume. Stuff like glue, all types of glue, all the fertilizers that farmers globally use, medicines, all different kinds of medicines, and in general, just stuff you would never think of, but your general consumer. So, consumption, I've indicated blue is United States, green is Chinese, and this is consumption since 1968. Now, notice the rate of consumption. Now, would that indicate to you the issue of why prices are going up and down, and up especially so much? So, let's ask, is it speculation? Now, when a tanker leaves the port, this happens. The speculators take control. Now, to think of it, right, this is the amount that is controlled through speculation. Massive leverage. And it's done on a scale that's unbelievable. Now, the two centers are the New York Mercantile Exchange in New York and the Intercontinental Exchange in London, which is the major one. And they were given an award by Global Finance magazine as the best derivative exchange for 2008. But their amount is like $1,500, can leverage $40,000. So let's look at the prices since '68 in comparison with oil production and consumption. Now notice something there? Why is that price going way up, way down, and then way up again? Is that based on either? Well, let's look at some of the processes behind those prices. That for 100 years, prices remain steady, $10 to $20. Okay, 71. Bretton Woods system is ended by George Shultz. Currencies float. Then we get into the manipulated crisis of the Arab War. They set up the spot market in Rotterdam. Price controls. And then the various wars which the U.S. does by the overthrow of the Shah. And then this creates the spot market. The petrodollar, which is a fund used to basically commit economic warfare. And we get into this, the attacks with people like George Soros, collapse, and then this. Huge mergers of the major oil companies. No more Seven Sisters. But this is going on in a matter of a couple of years. Then the Bush administration, and up and away. Now, back in '73, this is interesting because This is the conference of the Bilderbergers, in which the conference had stated that the issue was how to make oil prices go up 600%. Now look at the people who run it. The president was Nazi Prince Bernhard. People at this meeting were people like George Shultz, the man guilty of ending the Bretton Woods system, bringing in globalization. People like Henry Kissinger, whose policy in '73 was to commit genocide against the Third World. Noted to steal their resources. Participants were people like Henry Scoop Jackson, the father of the neocons. People like Katharine Graham of the Washington Post, the person responsible for bringing down Nixon. Zbigniew Brzezinski, the man who helped overthrow the Shah and used the Bernard Lewis plan of using extremist Islam against Russia, and Holbrooke, who's today he's trying to start wars against Russia. So, is there a solution to this mess? Yes. Lyndon LaRouche in 2004 laid out that the nations have to essentially end the speculative system, crush them. 1, fixed exchange rates, a new Bretton Woods. 2, nation-to-nation deals. That would set oil at 25. And of course, going back to a nuclear-based system and hydrogen fuels.